Rah. Back again, man. Week 16 recap. Impressive win. Impressive win by the squad. That was the best we looked against them in a long time. I said that when it was happening. I'm like, damn, we came to play today. We looked the best we looked against the Steelers in years. Well, yeah. At least a few years. We just looked angry and pissed off this time. And the things that we did in this game are exactly what I've been saying we needed to do the last time we played them and all year long, which was run the fucking football with Derrick Henry. That's it. See, he got the 20-plus carries. He had 24, I believe. We ran for 220 on the ground. We had 100. He had like 160. You know, and that's the recipe. I looked at it all year. You can run on them, okay? You can run on them. They're susceptible. And, you know, they have a pass rush, yes. But how do you beat a good pass rush? Run the football. Them edge rushers can't do nothing. T.J. Watt, you know, he wasn't as effective as he could be because we ran the football. Point blank, period. I can't really say nothing about Harbaugh as much as I would like to because there wasn't really anything to me that stood out in particular that he did. And with last week's ass whooping of the Giants and this week, we scored like 69 points the last 2 weeks combined. So the offense is definitely, we still rolling, but the defense is playing better. And I think the bye week, you know, obviously had something to do with that. I think, honestly, it played a huge part. We tweaked some things. I'm not going to say Zach Orr has it fixed, but we definitely are, you know, much improved. And then the changes we made, you bench Marcus Williams or Darius Washington, slide Kyle over, you know, the other safety spot, things like that. You know, the little tweaks. The communication is better. Marlowe, hey, I've been getting on you for a few years. I said you was washed, you was overrated. Well, shit. He's like third in the league in picks now. He had a pick 6. He really seems to be excelling with Nate Wiggins out there. Now, Brandon Stevens, you still the weak link, bro. There was a few times with Calvin Austin, he was burning you. And it seems like every time you're matched up, whether it's zone or man, all year long, it's always on Brandon Stevens. You know? So, but obviously, every team, you know, is going to have a weak link in the secondary. So I give those teams props for figuring out. And, you know, they watch tape and they study and they realize you can pick on Brandon Stevens. So, and that's Russ. You know, he's been cooking with them. He's been cooking again. No Aguilar, no problem. You know, we thought would be no Bateman because the walking boot thing, but you know, he played a factor, a huge factor. And just an overall amazing win as we roll into the playoffs here. So we clinch a playoff spot. We beat the Steelers, okay? I don't care about the MVP with Lamar. All these people saying he deserves it now. No. Josh Allen, his team is better. They beat the Chiefs. We did it. Lamar didn't. Let that man have the MVP, okay? Because that hasn't worked out very well for us when he's won it. So let's not win it this time and see. And as much as I would like to win the division for bragging rights, it's not everything. As long as we get in, which we are, as a wild card, it really doesn't matter to me. I just want to make noise. We've beaten almost every single one of the contenders in the AFC. We're going to see one, tomorrow in the Texans. Okay? We beat the Steelers. We beat the Broncos. We almost beat the Chiefs. Okay? And we smacked the Bills. So, I know we can beat these teams. The problem is, can you do it in January is my issue. It's been the issue because that's a hard bum issue. Running the football, the recipe to success. We ran for 220 as a team. As I said, D. Henry got like 160. Todd is finally realizing this is what you should have did the last time we played them. And I was getting on your ass. Pause. I was critical about the game plan and play calling the last time we played them. And he went completely opposite this time. Okay? And decided to give him a heavy dose of Derrick Henry, which is what I fucking said all along. But anyway. And we mix it up with Justice Hill. You see it. You see it. Yeah. We mix it up with Justice Hill. The play calling was way better. The coaching was way better. I'm shocked. The only thing I still say about Harbaugh, and the teams he coaches, the penalties continue to show up, and that's going to be a problem in January when you play the Bills and you play the Chiefs and you play teams who take advantage of your mistakes, which is how we have lost pretty much all season long, is because of our mistakes. Okay? The Chiefs game, I give them that. The Raiders game, penalties and mistakes, missed field goal. The Browns game, the play calling was terrible, missed field goals. I mean, it's just a pattern. The Steelers, the play calling was terrible, missed field goals. So, a lot of things that have happened where we beat ourselves this year. But if we don't beat ourselves, obviously we're capable of beating anybody. But can we do it when it matters is all I really care about. So we're going to find out tomorrow on Christmas. Merry Christmas. And see if we can beat the Texans. They don't really impress me too much. They're a little banged up. They have Deontay Johnson now. Good riddance. But I'm not going to say they're easy mark. Okay, so as long as we go in and we handle our business like we're supposed to, we should be okay. We're already in, but obviously, winning the division is going to change things up in terms of seeding and matchups and all that, but I honestly really don't think that matters. We know we can beat any AFC team. If the Chiefs get the number one seed, it's not going to be them who we got to play. They, what I'm saying, in the first round. So I really don't think it matters in terms of seeding. Well, we have to see them later on down the road. But the penalties are definitely something to take from this game that's concerning. We played around with them a little bit early on. We let them tie it. Or Darius with the hit on Russ. He makes him fumble. We recover. We forced turnovers in this game. We ran the football in this game. We asserted our will in this game. We showed them who we are in this game. So we held serve. They got us in Pittsburgh. We got them in B-more. And quite frankly, that's always how it is with Ravens Steelers. It seems like, we hold it down at home most of the time. But, Mike Tomlin, amazing coach, man. So, anytime. And look, he had beat us 8 of the last 9, so we were overdue. So, anytime you can beat him, especially with Harbaugh as your coach, hey, you got to take it for what it is. Moving forward, onto the Texans. We actually get to watch the Steelers play the Chiefs first tomorrow. And should we be Chiefs fans? Yes, sure. Why not, right? I mean, hey, we want to win the division. As I said, I don't think it matters, but if they lose and we beat the Texans, we can be in first tomorrow night. And that would be a nice, nice little Christmas present for Ravens Nation, I'm sure. Division leaders in control of our own destiny with the Browns up next. But, hey, that's another home game and a team we're going to have to beat because they smacked us, so we need that fade back too. Okay? All that being said, man, impressive win. Fix the penalties. Keep the play calling the way it is. Use Derrick Henry. Keep the secondary how it's been playing. And dial up that pass rush, man. And let Lamar be Lamar. We should be okay as long as we don't do no bonehead shit that we normally do. So the next two games are going to be key. It's going to be key for our opponents too, to see who wins the division, where we end up, what seeding it is, because we've been here before and we've seen this movie before. What's going to be different this time around is my question. Okay? We're here every year, right? So how come we don't have a ring in 13 years? So my question is, what is going to change this time from all the other times we've been here? Cool. We're in the playoffs. Cool. We can get a high seed. Cool. We can win a division. Cool. LJ's MVP candidate. Cool. 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 We've seen it all. We've seen all this already. What is going to change this year? I know the fan base hates me for saying this, but it's a legit thing to ask. Or are y'all just going to get your hopes up again, and then we lose a game we shouldn't lose because we beat ourselves, and then here comes all the crying, what happened? Well, and that's the shit I be trying to save y'all from yourselves. The disappointment, the heartbreak. I don't want to see it happen, but hey, it's there, and we've seen it before. So you got to exercise your demons in the postseason, man. So, hey, maybe it's this year. Maybe we run the table and go 12-5 instead of 14-2 and 14-3 and all that. You know what I'm saying? So maybe we do that. But as long as it results in a win in the playoffs, I could care less. I really could care less. So on to the Texans on a short week. On to week 17. The playoffs are getting here fast, y'all. All right, so that's the week 16 recap. And I'll see y'all next week. Merry Christmas to everybody. And go Ravens.